welcome to my channel. Josie here from It Is Josie. I'm glad to have you back again. Thank you for whoever takes over time to watch my videos, and if you're here for the very first time, please don't leave without subscribing. I post sewing related content every week, so join me on the journey if that's something you are interested in. And today's video is quite different, and it's about my Sew Up North fabric and pattern haul. And that was Sew Up North was organized last Saturday. It was hosted last Saturday in Leeds, and it's a local sewing get together. I'm based in Leeds, and it's the only sewing get together I get to attend, probably because it's quite close to home, and it's honestly the second time I'm attending any sewing get together. And the very first one I attended was still Sew Up North last year, and I'm hoping to spread my wings and try out other sew together like Sew Brom probably next year. I can't promise, don't mind me of that. I can't promise about that, but I'm hoping to venture out and attend other sewing get together. I believe that's a good time when you meet people you only chat with on Instagram. It's just a moment when you feel like your Instagram has come to life, and it was really nice meeting up nice ladies and a few I recognized from the last Sew Up North. I wasn't so keen on going. I can't say keen, but I wasn't as thrilled because I wasn't sure if I would have company. Because it's an important thing when you go there and you stand on your own and you're looking for someone to have small talk with. But I planned to go with a friend of mine who was going to be attending for the very first time, but unfortunately she was let down with childcare, which is a problem that most moms know about. She had organized someone who would stay with her kids, but at the last minute the person couldn't do it, so she had to change her mind. So I was a bit let down. I wasn't sure if I would have people to chat with, but I was lucky and fortunate that someone recognized me from the previous one. She walked to me as soon as I'd gotten in, so I was so excited. I was like, oh, I have someone to chat with. Then along the way, we also saw another lady who was by herself, who looked as scared or anxious the way I was the very first time I attended one. So we asked her to join us, and we had a lovely time, met up with lovely ladies. I can't break their names because I forget names easily, but it was a lovely time. We met up with sewing people. It was a nice occasion. I didn't win anything, but it's alright. It was a lovely time getting together, chatting, having a nice talk with ladies who breathe and love sewing. And probably today I'm going to show you my pattern and fabric haul. Given I didn't have to buy most of these patterns, they were on the pattern and fabric swap, and I had carried a few patterns also that I put on the swap table, and I managed to pick up a few. Probably some, I can't say they're all season related, some are spring makes, and I thought these would be nice patterns to keep and probably make up as the year goes by. And my very first pattern I picked up is the Simplicity 48473, and this is a cape which can be made in a wool fabric. Actually, why I picked up this particular one, a week before I'd been with a friend who had a cape similar to this, a ready-to-wear cape, and I looked at it and I was inspired to make up one. So when I saw this pattern, and it's among their pattern hacking collection where they give you ideas of hacking it in different ways, and I'm hoping to sew it up. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do it this winter, but I would be happy if I can, in a shorter version, probably one that stops at the hip line. And I thought it would be an easy thing to make, and it would come together so nicely, so fast. So this is my first pattern I picked up, and I'm hoping to sew it up. If anyone has sewed up this particular one, let me know. But I don't think it would call for it doesn't call for any fitting, because it's a cape you just put over your head. If it fits over your head, you should be fine. Probably even the bigger the better, because it gives you more coverage. And the next pattern I picked up, definitely a summer and spring make. This mark holds 7119, and I found it to be an interesting pattern. And probably one thing that attracted me was definitely the marks. I would be interested in making the maxi version, and probably with the short sleeves or the long sleeves with an elastic at the sleeve, making this in the max, or probably, I'm not keen on this this sleeve option, the neckline option, which is sleeveless, but probably I'll be making the long sleeved one or the short sleeved one in a maxi version when the weather warms up. But I bet I can also use it for winter and layer it and have things underneath to layer it. It's an interesting dress. It reminds me of the Magnolia dress by D&Do. I know the other is a full wrap and long. I'll have a go at making it probably in the spring or summer. I'll see how it all goes, but it's an interesting pattern and I thought it would be something I would be interested in making up. And the next one I picked up, I'm on the fence about it, is this Simplicity pattern among the Cynthia Rowley collection, and it's Simplicity 2443. And this dress, I was interested in the dress. I'm not interested. I don't think I will ever be making the coat. It looks like it has a lot going on, not something I would be interested in. But I understand the dress can be made with the bodice in a knit fabric and the skirt in a woven, or it can also be made throughout in a woven fabric. It has an invisible zip on the side. I found it to be an interesting dress to make. I don't know when I will ever make it up, but it was an interesting one, and I've heard at least good reviews about the Cynthia Rowley collection. So that's why I decided to pick it up. And the next one is not that interesting, but it's something I'll see myself making. And it's this McCall's 7408 dress pattern. It's just your typical spring summer dress. Free dress, shift dress, not tight at all. And if I'm not mistaken, this looks like a midi, but it will be something I would be interested in making in a lightweight fabric, probably a linen or a printed lightweight fabric. And I picked it up because I didn't have to pay for it, so I found it interesting to pick up. Probably not a pattern I would buy, but because it was free, I decided to pick it up. And the next one is this border style pants pattern. It's just your basic pants, and probably I find it interesting. It was just plain, nothing about it. It reminds me of the Ultimate Trousers by Sew Over It pattern. I actually have that pattern, which I've never gotten around to sewing up, but knowing myself too well, I'll need to make 1,000 alterations to that particular one to get it to fit. I now reserve to make a few adjustments here and there, but I'm in the process of working on some blueprint pants fitting lessons. I'll let you know how that comes along. I might be able to get a fit out of this one. I'm not sure when I'll be able to use it up, but I decided to pick it up because I found it to be interesting, and also because it was a petite. It was in the petite size. I know everybody was keeping it at that point at the table, so I decided to pick it up. Let me see what I will do with it and when I'll get around to sewing it. Yeah, not that interesting, but yeah, most of the patterns I picked up were not that interesting, but because they were free, I decided to pick them up. And probably we could get into a fabric haul, what I managed to buy. Or probably I would start with a piece of fabric I picked up from the swap table, and it's this pink gingham fabric. It's like, it feels like a cotton. It felt like a nice fabric. And probably it comes off, I think, about 2 meters. I think the person never got around to using it at all. And I thought of using it to make a dress for my daughter in the summer. It has prints. I don't know if you can see the print on the picture, but it's an interesting pattern. It has, you can feel the prints onto it, the flowers and the dots. It's an interesting pattern which I decided to pick up because it was on the swap table. It was being skipped. I don't think I'll be making anything for myself out of it, but something I thought I would make something interesting for my daughter out of. So I picked it up, and I managed to control my fabric buying. And I think that was possible because I'm local, and it was a usual Leeds shop. I only bought 2 pieces of fabric from the B&M fabric, and for the day they had 10% for whoever was attending Sew Up North. So I picked up 2 pieces of jersey, which I hope to use. And probably the first one is this gorgeous fabric. Yes, This is a cotton jersey, and I like the cotton jerseys I buy from the B&M fabric store in Leeds. They are such good quality jerseys. They are soft to the touch, and I like making clothes for my kids out of the jerseys I buy from them. This is a gorgeous one with some llamas. Yeah, I think it's llamas. And I intend to make pajamas for my daughter out of this fabric. And in the past, what I've always done is make them pajama bottoms and go to Primark, the cheapest store you can find, and buy matching tops. So I've got a variety to choose from if I choose to go down that road, either pink long sleeve tops or purple or even peach to match the pajama bottoms. Alternatively, I'm open to suggestions. What do you do? Do you ever make your children's pajamas? And if you do, which patterns would you recommend that I try out on making the pajamas for the kids? And I also picked up, because you can't pick up for just one child, the other will ask you for what you got them. And I also picked up one for my son, dinosaurs, which is also a gorgeous one. It's also equally as good. They sell good quality jerseys. They wash nicely. They don't fade that much. And I'm also going to make pajamas for my son. I could probably make a complete set. I bought 2 meters of each, which could probably give me 2 sets of pajamas, or probably 3 trousers if I decide to go down the road of making just bottoms and picking ready-to-wear t-shirts to match up. But I got this for my son. And in the past, I've made them pajama bottoms, which they've worn for over 2 years. Because what I do, I tend to make them a bit long and put cuffs, with ribbing cuffs at the bottom, whereby it doesn't get down on the floor. It's not so long because the cuffs are holding it in, but while at it, it's giving them more room for growth. Because these fabrics really wash very well and they don't tear that easily. So I've really enjoyed using them for their pajama bottoms, but I'm still open to recommendations if you think there's a pattern that should suit, that I could use for the pajama bottoms, or one you've used before yourself. And probably I could say that's all that I picked up from the Sew Up North. Interesting, I controlled myself with fabric buying and being quite disciplined lately, and I'm proud of myself. I almost didn't buy anything, but I was like, no, I want to reserve this discount. 10% makes a difference, because their jerseys are not the cheapest, but you know you're getting something good value. I think a meter goes for 10 to 12 pounds. So I managed to buy 2 meters of each, and I'm proud of the mix, because I'm proud of the fabrics I chose, and the kids were happy about the fabrics. And probably the last piece of fabric I have to show you is not from the Sew Up North. It's from my Minova mix from minova.com. And I remember the call out went out and I didn't respond immediately. So by the time I got round to choosing a fabric I would be keen on sewing up was after 4 days. That's pretty late to find something good. So I had a choice of about 5, and I spoke to the lady that I'm happy with any that's available on the 5 that I had chosen. So I picked this. It's not the usual fabric I would pick up, and this is their stretch suiting fabric, and this composition is polyester, viscose, and elastin. It has a little stretch, not so much of it, and it's across just a tiny bit of the stretch, and it's a textured fabric. And it's quite a flowy kind. It's a good, nice fabric. It's not something I would pick up, and I don't think I'll be making a dress out of it. But it's quite flowy, I think, because of the viscose composition in it. And it's quite heavy. So whatever I have to make, it can't be so thick. Otherwise, it will pull down on me. And it's a heavy fabric, quite flowy, like you can see. As you can see. And it's quite textured, like I've shown you. And I'm open to any recommendations of what you think I could sew out of it. But at first sight, I was thinking of making a midi skirt for winter. It's quite heavyweight. A midi skirt that I could wear over top. I found some inspiration picture on Pinterest. I'll try to attach the picture here. Tell me what you think. Do you think that would be the best one? Or if anything, which patterns would you recommend for me? I was thinking of self-drafting the skirt, but if you have any pattern recommendations, I'm open to that, of something I could make out of it. But it actually has some stretch across. It's not so much of it, but yeah, there's a little bit of it because of the elastin in it. And that's my fabric and pattern haul from the Sew Up North and probably minova.com. Please, I'm open to any recommendations. Probably the one thing I'm keen on is knowing which patterns you would recommend for the pajamas, because that's the one thing I'll be making up soon. Do you have any pattern recommendations, or do you ever sew your children's pajamas, or you just go to the store and buy them? Please let me know what you think, and which pattern have you sewed up any of those patterns. Could you give your reviews of any probably that went well or didn't go well? I would know which one to avoid probably if it didn't go well, if the fitting was odd. I'm open to any of your advice. Thanks for watching, and if you've watched this video and you're here for the very first time, please don't leave without subscribing. I already celebrate every subscriber who joins the family, and please like the video, comment and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye bye.